Brothers. I met my priest hero was in 7th grade. I was going to the cathedral in Green Bay for a retreat with several of my friends. When I got there, we were divided into small groups, and my small group leader was Quinn Mann. I had the best small group leader that day because Quinn's small group got to meet in the back of his van. This wasn't any ordinary van. It wasn't a van down by the river. It was a van in the parking lot. It looked like the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine, but it turned out to be the Paschal Mystery Machine. It had orange shaky carpeting all over. The seats in the back were turned facing each other. It had holy cards and rosaries crammed into every nook and cranny. It even had a holy water font. And it had a quarter that was glued to the floor, so I wasn't able to steal the quarter. I'm going to get it someday. What struck me about Quinn was his down-to-earth personality. He was fun, he loved his faith, and he just happened to be a seminarian. 10 years later, and Father Quinn Mann is currently the Associate Vocation Director of the Green Bay Diocese and full-time head of Catholic Youth Expeditions. He is my priest hero because of his dedication to the mission of the Church, his love for the poor, and his devotion to the Blessed Mother. Father Quinn heeded the words of Pope John Paul II to take the gospel to the streets and to bring Christ to the modern metropolis. With 2 full-size buses that have been decked out as evangelizing vehicles, a Paschal Mystery Machine, a Pope Mobile, and a God Squad black VW Bug. Oops, I probably can't say that. Best Buy's going to sue me. He took the gospel to the streets. Father Quinn played a very important part in my own vocational discernment. When I was a junior in high school, we had a career project for my English class, and so I chose to shadow Father Quinn for a day. Apart from spending 45 minutes in a snowbank on the way to a nursing home to administer Holy Communion, the day went off without a hitch. Looking back on it now, I thank Father Quinn for his patience during the 20-minute interview portion of my shadow day. I was asking questions like, what qualifications are needed for this position? And the best one, if you feel comfortable sharing, how much money do you make per year? Apparently it didn't bother him too much because during my senior year of high school, he drove 20 minutes every Wednesday to my school during the lunch period so that we could pray daytime prayer together. And one Wednesday, he came to school with the entire Catholic Youth Expedition summer staff. We prayed together in the chapel, and then they proceeded to hand out Virgin Mary nightlights to the students that were later confiscated by the school because they were dangerous. That intentionality really struck me, both on the part of Father Quinn and the school. Father Quinn chooses to spend his Thanksgiving Day with the homeless because he knows that they are his family. In the poor, he sees Christ rejected by society, and in the poor, he knows he is home because he is a priest. Father Quinn has experienced the rejection of the world because the world rejects Christ. He has also experienced deep fatherhood through the thousands of confessions he has heard, and also his ability to inspire men to pursue a life of virtue and to follow Christ with reckless abandon. He has provided, protected, and established, as all fathers do, in his ministry with CYE. He takes to heart the message that to bore a young person with the gospel is a sin. Father Quinn, through his preaching, shows that the Christian claim pierces the heart of man, and that the Christian truth is attractive and persuasive precisely because it responds to the deep needs of human existence. As some of you may remember from his talk at Team Vianney, he loves the Blessed Virgin Mary. He loves her so much that he is willing to carry a large statue of her along a highway. And not only that, but he is also willing to be prompted into action, as all priests should be, by the inspiration of the Holy Spirit. Praise be Jesus Christ.
Now and forever.